whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako. Kōrero flowing out the hooker force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Tēnā tātou e te iwi. Here we are on episode Whitu Te Kaumārua.
Whitu Te Kaumārua?
Yeah, Whitu Te Kaumārua. And today we're changing it up.
Well, it's been a change up really since you started.
Oh, no.
No, good change.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
So this week we are going to be answering questions from the Facebook page.
Yes, and we're going to call this Patapatai.
Patapatai.
Before we get into Patapatai, you've got us a kiwaha though, eh?
Yes, I do have a kiwaha. This week's kiwaha is me ko piwai waka.
Me ko piwai waka.
Do you want to give a brief explanation?
To my understanding, it means you're a nāke, what a nāk, or tell. And I think it comes from when Maui turned into a moko, and he was crawling up the thigh of his tupuna hine nui te pō to enter her whare tangata. Well, so mankind could be immortal. But piwai waka, or tirai raka, or ti waka waka, or pi waka waka.
So many names for one bird.
For the fantail, laughed and woke hine nui te pō up. So that's one.
Yeah.
And then I heard you saying that he's like a bit of a messenger.
Yeah, so from what I've heard of all of Tane's children, all the birds have their different roles, and the piwai waka, or tirai raka, is known to flit around from tree to tree. So he was sort of the messenger bird.
Yeah. He'd
flit around, spread the gossip or spread the message, and maybe also got renowned to be a bit of an ark.
Yeah. Cool. You know what? I just searched on māoridictionary.co.nz fantail, and we have tiwai waka, tirai raka, pi waka waka, tirai raka pango, ti taka taka, ti waka waka, hirai raka.
Oh my God.
Pi rai raka, pi raka raka, pi rangi rangi. I didn't know that one.
No, I never heard that one.
That's different. Pi taka taka, ti raka raka. I like this one, and I saw this one a while ago now. Tīraureka.
Tīraureka.
I like that one. Waka waka.
Waka waka e.
Hiwai waka and piwai waka. And tīrai raka.
And, okay, still
there
going.
You go. Isn't that cool, though?
Yeah, that's real cool. Do you reckon the reason there could be that many names for one bird is that maybe every iwi, how they have their own dialect and have their own sort of kupu. Maybe that's, about 11 different iwis special kupu for that one bird?
Yeah, definitely. My auntie used to say piwai waka.
Yeah.
But I say tirai raka.
Yeah, I've grown up with tirai raka.
Yeah, and I've had pi waka waka, but definitely it's because of that iwi thing.
Yeah.
I think too, like just on the story of the tīraureka being this sort of
where do you think that would derive from?
What?
Tīraureka.
Tīraureka. Yeah, aua. I think the most different one though I read was
the rangi one.
Something rangi, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's another bird, we might have to do a once upon a time on it, the story about Hatupatu and Kirituhi.
Yeah.
And then there was the bird that flew to tell her about what he had done.
Oh.
Which was the whole miro, or the miro, the tomtit, or the miro. And yeah, same sort of a thing. He went to tell Kirituhi what.
Me ko piwai waka.
Yeah, a saying for the miro is if you're really particular or you got an eye for detail. And now we use it commonly. Someone who edits something and they can pick up any sort of T's that weren't crossed and I's that weren't dotted.
Yeah.
No errors. Yeah, that's called kanohi ho miro.
Kanohi ho miro. We've got a few around this building.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hoi anō ko tā tātou ki anga o ki waha rānei mo te rānei is me ko piwai waka.
Questions from Facebook. Patapatai. We asked on the page, what are some kaupapa you'd like to hear us discuss? This came from Tanya Short.
Thank you, Tanya.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya. She would like to hear us discuss kirituhi and moko.
Mm-hmm.
Māori kai, that's the part I'm really interested in.
Hey, Māori, yep.
Moon cycles for planting and fishing and how to apply them into our modern life.
Wow. It's three very different... Well, two of them you can put together.
Yeah.
Kirituhi and moko. Kirituhi is a type of moko, and I think moko, or tā moko is to make a mark. That's basically what moko means.
Yeah.
You know, when our tūpuna signed the treaty, they were asked to put their moko on the treaty. Now we use the word waitohu. And moko is another word that I still hear used as your signature. So it's your identity. Tā moko is our traditional practice of embellishing one's skin with traditional Māori tattoo or tatau.
Yeah.
And in there has a whakapapa.
Yeah.
And as Māori, we have a whakapapa to the origins of tā moko through Niwareka Mataora and Niwareka's father, Uetonga.
Uetonga.
So to my understanding, that is tā moko or moko. And some iwi have different words for that as well. Like you have tā rua. And even the word moko derives from Ruau moko.
Yeah, Ruau moko, yeah.
Who is the ancestor of Uetonga, who Niwareka descends from.
True.
And then when Ruau moko does his thing, you see the moko on the land from after an earthquake. So he leaves the moko on his mother.
Yeah.
So that's tā moko. Kirituhi is a word, I think Mark Kopua came up with that saying. No, actually I know he did. And it was a term that the moko community of tohunga or artists came up with, or he came up with a kupu for them to use to practice the giving of tā moko, but without the, from what I understand, the cultural things that underpin it as tā moko.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to sort of like lighten it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it hasn't got as stronger ties to the whakapapa of tā moko.
Yeah.
And it was a way that they could give people an experience of tā moko without the weight of the whakapapa.
Yeah.
So that's my understanding of what kirituhi is as opposed to tā moko.
Yeah, it's probably a better way of putting it, because I've always thought kirituhi is people who still appreciate tā moko, but they're not Māori.
Yeah. You know what? Even a Māori who goes into a tattoo shop and gets something off the board, I would call that a kirituhi. This would be a good debate, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while. We put our cultural restrictions, I guess, or tikanga on who can have a tā moko and things like that. For us as a people, Māori and others, well, you're not Māori, so that's a kirituhi. And yet, I see a lot of Māori wearing symbols that don't belong to us.
Yeah.
Egyptian, Greek, Japanese, you know, and other cultures.
Yeah.
So I would call that kirituhi because we don't have a whakapapa to those, and it's not of our worldview.
That's actually funny you bring that up, because I'm a bit of a hypocrite there. Yeah, so I guess when I, would see people like, who was that? Was it Robbie Williams? Robbie Williams. And he's got
got the sleeve done,
Yeah. And, there's many other non-Māori people wearing tā moko. And I just think, I don't know, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of travel, and one of my things to do when I go overseas, instead of, buying more stuff to put in my suitcase and bring home and sit on a shelf and collect dust, thought, I'm just going to get little tattoos from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got one here on my wrist that's actually Tahitian. Yeah. And I got that on my 21st trip to New Caledonia. I met
Are you older than 21?
Yes, unfortunately. And I used to manage the shop at the base, and we had some Tahitian customers come in, and you could tell they were from Tahiti. And I was talking to them, and I was really excited. I was like, I've got a Tahitian tattoo, and I showed them. And the look that I got from their face was that they weren't that impressed. And then I was like, okay, they don't like that. So I kind of just brushed it off and carried on, or whatever else we were talking about. And after they left, then it dawned on me is they probably felt the same way that I feel or, used to feel about other people, non-Māori, wearing tā moko or kirituhi. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a bit more selective.
Yeah, ka pai koe. that's good that you put thought into it, like some people don't, you know. So, hoi anō, I think we answered that. Kirituhi and moko. Kai Māori, that's a big one.
Yes, because...
What is kai Māori? Is it a Māori cooking food? Like, same question about Māori art, that I've had this, you know, kōrero with people.
Yeah.
Is Māori art, what is Māori art? What is kai Māori? And it's the kai that we know as kai Māori, but then a lot of our kai, like boil up, is a contemporary traditional food.
Well, I feel like every culture's got their own sort of boil up.
Yeah.
But ours is just simply called boil up, and other cultures, they have flash names for their boil ups.
Yeah. It's something we adopted off the Irish, so I hear.
Oh, really?
Irish stew. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got all our varieties, so, you know, like watercress or puha or cabbage or puata.
Or things like horopito and like kawakawa. You can use all of that in cooking.
Yeah. So, I think we've got our foods that aren't truly traditional, but they've become a part of the Māori, I should say, menu.
Yeah.
Staple, like even like raw fish, you know. There's those things that you have on the table at a hakari that you would see. And then, and our way of cooking kai, like umu or hāngū, is traditional, but then a lot of the things we put in aren't. So like
potatoes,
potatoes, pork, chicken, stuffing, pumpkin. The only thing in there is kumara.
Yeah, what did they used to put in it?
Kumara, fern root, fish. You could cook anything in the umu.
Kereru.
I've had tuna cooked in umu, beautiful.
Didn't we have that at the hautapu?
That's right.
Yes.
We had tuna at the hautapu. So there's lots of...
That was beautiful.
And then I think there's some things that are sort of like toroi, I think, is a traditional kai.
I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of toroi.
I love toroi, but it's got to be fresh. I love it fresh.
Yeah.
So toroi, for those of our listeners who don't know, toroi is puha, which is a... What is puha? I think it's called south thistle or something.
I don't know, but it's got a bit of a spice to it.
You've got taratara, which is a sort of a prickly one.
Yeah,
and then you've got the smooth puha, which is the poruru. Yeah, and it's got a sort of a bitter taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, so puha and toroi. I think down the coast they do a lot of wainei, like Uncle Danny. He bottles kahawai and they te whana up, and we do a lot of that.
And then even from further down the coast in areas like Ruatoria, they have the fermented seaweed.
Yes, I've never had fermented seaweed.
We're down there in, where were we? Tina Toka.
Yeah.
And we don't really know that side of our whānau that well. And they'd heard we were coming down, and so they met us at the marae, and we went up to the urupa, learned all this stuff. It was really cool. And then they gave us some paringo with...
We say karingo.
Yeah, with flatbread, fresh flatbread and butter. And at first I was like, just eating it to be polite. But then as I started getting through it, I was like, I think I actually like this.
Yeah, I've acquired the taste for paringo.
Yeah.
I never used to really like it. Actually, I didn't like it at all. But now I do. I do like it. I like it dried too.
Oh, I've never had it dried.
Yeah, it's nice just to have as a snack. It's good for you.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, this is quite a big topic, kai Māori. And if you were to go, like you were talking about going to Tina Toka, and their specialty, I guess, is fermented seaweed. And a lot of iwi had their specialty. Like, I remember going to Tōrere one time for, it was a tangi.
Yeah.
And we got given kao, which is dried kumara.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's really, really nice. It's ultra sweet.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
I would have thought they would give you some sort of kutai from that area.
No, we had kao. We had kao. We even bought some home. It's first and last time I've ever had it. I haven't had it anywhere else. And, you know, then we've got all our shellfish and things, but I think it's the preparation of the kai.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many of you out there have tried karaka berries.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so I've had them twice.
Yeah.
And it's the preparation because they're poisonous. If you don't prepare them properly, you know, you're over. Yeah. And there's quite a bit of a preparation. Like, you got to leave them in the stream for so many days, and you got to dry them out, then you got to cook them in the umu. And
wow.
Yeah. And you're probably wondering, why go to all the trouble? Well, back in the day, you know, karaka was profuse in a lot of rohe, or were profuse, I should say, in a lot of rohe. So yeah, every iwi had their sort of specialty in the kai, and a lot of it was like today is seasonal, or should be. I think we had a conversation once, might have been on Taringa, about how now when we go in the supermarket, you can pretty much buy anything. Like back in the day, you could only buy tomatoes when it was tomato season.
Tomato season, yeah.
And this is a kōrero I've had with something that a lot of the kai we eat puts our body out of whack because
it does, yeah.
It's not the season that you should be eating that food.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that's another kōrero.
A whole other kōrero.
So yeah, kai Māori, that's a big kaupapa. What is kai Māori?
Well, the reason I kind of really wanted to touch on that one, because if you go further down this list, we have one from Parewai Rāmeka. And she says, Kia ora rā. During the latest Once Upon a Time episode, Ngā Toroirangi instructed his rōpū to stay in a fasted state while he climbed Tongariro. Were there particular occasions where fasting was permitted? Can you elaborate on the objective of reaching a fasted state, tinana, wairua and hinengaro?
Oh, pai tēnā pātai.
Yes, because as soon as I read that one, and I read the first one, triggered this conversation I had with someone ages ago. They were talking about how Māori people used to traditionally use food to embody different states. So, for instance, if you were going to war, you might eat something like shark. So you could take on those characteristics of a shark. And I can't remember the other examples that he gave during this conversation, but I just thought that was so interesting.
Our kupu for fasting, which now we use for dieting, but traditionally was used for fasting, is whakatiki. And to my understanding and what I've been told is whakatiki would be used a lot in wānanga to achieve a state of tapu as well.
True.
Yeah.
Because food is always used to whakanoa.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't know if you've tried fasting for spiritual, and, you know, spiritual and physical go hand in hand. But when you do fast, you go into a state. So whakatiki was used a lot in the wānanga. Myself and others, we will whakatiki if we've got a big kaupapa coming up, dawn ceremony, and we'll whakatiki the night before.
Yeah.
Just to put us in that frame of mind of tapu. And then won't eat till afterwards until it's the hakari or we have our whakanoa ceremony when we eat some kumara.
Yeah.
Usually after we've opened the house or something.
Yeah.
One of my colleagues, she was telling about her koroua. Actually, I think it was her father. If they went to a tangi, he'd wake up in the morning and they'd organise to go to a tangi. He wouldn't eat that whole day until after he'd spoken at the tangi. And I know a lot of kaumātua who would have practiced the same thing. So even if they were going, like the tangi was a good 3-4 hour drive away, and you don't know how long you're going to be on the paipai, he would put himself into this frame of tapu.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't eat until after the tangihanga.
Yeah.
Or after he had spoken and performed all the tikanga that he had to. We did use whakatiki as a way of getting into a spiritual state of tapu. So that's a bit of an answer to that.
Yeah, so maybe that was why he instructed his rōpū to stay in a fasted state.
Yeah, it would have been to stay in a state of tapu.
If any of you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed I'm obsessed with rocks and crystals.
I didn't know that about you.
Oh, I love it. Love collecting all the different crystals. They just look cool, and I like to think, you know, they do have a wairua about them.
Absolutely.
Obviously, one of my favourites is pounamu. So we have here from Finn Ogle. He'd like us to discuss te tikanga mō pounamu.
Good pātai there. And again, I'm not sure if they're tikanga, but I know there's some things that I've been told, like the story of the pounamu. Pounamu comes from a fish.
Oh, really?
In the Māori worldview, yeah. So te ika ngahue o te whatua pautini. One thing is to be very careful when you've got pounamu and you're around water, whether it be fresh or salt water. And of course, we get pounamu from the water, and they've got the Arahura River and others down the west coast of Te Wai pounamu.
Yeah.
So pounamu comes from a fish. Last week, when I was in Papaioia, the enemy of the pounamu is the mata, or the waiapu. And again, it goes back into our kōrero tuku iho.
Yes,
and
you must elaborate on this.
Yeah, and this is one of the stones that was used to shape the pounamu.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, it's pretty cool how those kōrero tuku iho, you know, have a practical meaning as well to us.
That's pretty cool, because there's always, like, a yin and yang to something, eh?
Yeah.
So pounamu and the mata.
Yeah, and the mata. But to be careful if you're wearing pounamu, you know, to me there's tikanga always has two sides. It has the iho atua, which is the tikanga that's been handed down, and we can provide a whakapapa to that tikanga of where it comes from and how it looks after us. And then there's the practical side of a tikanga. You know, I've been told, don't wear your pounamu in the water.
Oh, really? I always take mine in the water, especially back home on the coast.
Well, one reason is because the pounamu will always try and get away from you because it's a fish. And the other one is because it could come off and you lose it in the water.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that's the practical thing of it.
Yeah.
So that's one tikanga. I think this question too could be about the different types of pounamu.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on
neither, but
pounamu.
Kahurangi is the very rare one, eh?
Yep, kahurangi.
Does it actually have more of a bluish
It does have
colouring?
a bit of a bluish, sort of a bluish green.
Because is that how it would have got the name Kahurangi, or is that from something completely different?
No, definitely. I think kahurangi. But the other thing too is kahurangi also means to be treasured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a kupu whakarite, eh?
Yep, e te kahurangi.
Yeah.
And then you've got tangiwai,
Yeah.
inanga,
yep.
and
That's
others.
the more of the speckled sort of one, eh?
Yeah, and you can get right down to the light green, almost milky green.
Yeah.
And that's inanga.
Is it okay or not okay to buy it for yourself?
I'm reminded of this time when I judged at Te Matatini.
Yeah.
In Waiahika, actually, in Gisborne.
Yeah.
I was sitting beside Wharehuia Milroy, and we didn't get much time to go out and have a look at a lot of the stalls.
Nah, you wouldn't, man. Judging is
nah.
such a busy job.
Yeah, but we got some free time afternoon. We got to go out and have a look for half an hour, and I saw this beautiful, beautiful mere pounamu.
Yeah.
You know, with a beautiful, beautiful price.
I bet. Oh.
I thought the same thing. I thought, but I just thought it was so beautiful. It's the colour of it.
Yeah.
It's very, very different. Anyway, I went back to the judges' podium or whatever. I sat down and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Wharehuia sensed that, and he said to me, I kite koe te aha, I kite rānei te aha i a koe. Which means, what did you see or what saw you? And I said, e ki tau e tētahi mere pounamu, I explained to him. And he said to me, hokona. And I said, e tika? And he goes, hokona, kei te kōrero tō ngākau. Well, we didn't have time to go back that particular day, and the next day I was still sort of humming and hawing.
Yeah.
And we did get some time, and I sort of went back and I was going to do this sort of like walk by, having a look.
Yeah.
And I saw someone holding it.
Oh, no.
And yeah, exactly, my heart started beating.
Yeah.
And as soon as they put it down, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And anyway, my whakaaro was, I wasn't actually buying it for me, I was buying it for our whānau, for our hapu. In our whānau, we don't have a mere pounamu. And that's another story. We gifted them out of our hapu to be looked after by other people. So we don't actually have one in our whānau. So actually, while I bought it, and I'm the kaitiaki, I tell everybody in our whānau, this belongs to our whānau.
Yeah.
And Wharehuia named it. He named
cool.
it as well.
Man, if he said it's all good, then it's all good.
Yeah, and then we sort of had a discussion about it, and I think we get a bit, I don't want to use the word precious, but we can find things that we do today that our tupuna done back in the old days. So mere pounamu were swapped.
Yeah.
They were swapped for canoes, they were swapped for kākahu.
Yeah.
Not just any waka, you know, like, so the value of a mere pounamu, you could swap a mere pounamu for a waka taua.
Wow.
And X amount of kākahu or traditional Māori cloaks and things, you know. So that was the value put on mere pounamu. And like, you know, some of the swords, like you see those swords on Excalibur.
Yeah.
We had the Excalibur of Te Ao Māori or the Excaliburs. A lot of these mere pounamu were famous, and they still are today. They're in our mōteatea, they're in our traditions from all iwi. And we swapped them.
Yeah.
We bartered them.
Yeah.
We used them to trade. So my whakaaro was, well, I haven't got a wakataua to swap for this mere pounamu or some fine cloaks or anything, but I've got some money. And that was my whakaaro in buying it.
Yeah.
So I think I approached it from a very whakaaro Māori way.
Yeah.
Not just I'm going to buy that pati because that mere because I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of a thing.
Well, I don't know, like, I think it's good that you did get it, because would have been, and I've done it a few times, you know, window shopping or whatever, you see something and you like it and then you walk away and you don't get it and you're thinking about it for ages.
Yeah.
Almost regret not getting whatever it was.
I took it to Pou, to Karakia, Pou Temara, while we were still in Tūranga. And I think it was the day the top 9 performed. I don't know if it was 9 then, it might still have been 6. And I think it was 9. Yeah, Te Matangirua, that's right. He said, ko wai te ingo te mere nei. And I says, hasn't got one. And he says, well, when you get a name, then I'll karakia the mere. And I thought, okay. So I asked Wharehuia to name it. And that's the other thing. I get a lot of people ask me to bless their taonga.
Yeah.
And for those of you wondering, what is someone actually doing when they bless the taonga?
Yes, no, I've wondered this.
Yeah. So it's a cleansing of the taonga for the security of the owner or who you're going to gift it to, so they know that it's given to them without anything on it.
Yeah.
And then they can imbue what they want to into the taonga. And usually part of my karakia is I ask that the taonga looks after the person and that the person in turn looks after the taonga.
Yeah.
And when it comes to a time that the person gives or passes on the taonga, then they have the mana to do so, or the goodwill that the taonga is given in and the goodwill of the karakia is maintained in the taonga. So
nice.
that's what I do when I bless the taonga.
That's like with crystals. They say you should cleanse them by leaving them out in the full moon.
That's right.
Even leaving them on the dirt or the grass because, they come from the earth. And that you should set your feelings in it. So if, I don't know, you have a particular one and you want this one to be associated with success or something, you should kind of like embody those sort of feelings into the stone or the crystal. Same sort of whakaaro, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are talking about crystal or pakake, his term for crystal is whatu Māori.
Whatu Māori, yes. Māori.
Yeah.
You put it, Māori stone.
Māori stone.
Ah.
I was gifted a whatu Māori by some of our whānau from the Cherokee people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, while I was in Oklahoma. And they kept saying to me, we're there for a few nights, about 4 nights, and they said, we want to give you something that's not ready yet. So they were preparing it. I realised this afterwards. They gave it to me and it was a whatu Māori crystal, and in their kōrero tuku iho, this particular whatu Māori was from the scale of a dragon or of a taniwha. Yeah, and actually you've just reminded me because he's due to be fed. So this one's pretty special.
Yeah.
So once a year, I've got to give it some of my toto.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, once a year.
This is neck lev.
Yeah. So once a year I get my, the last time I used my mother-in-law's diabetes thingy, those,
those pricks.
Those prick, or those, I don't know if it's for diabetes, to test your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feed it some toto.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was telling one of my cousins, she's into crystals big time.
Yeah.
And I was telling her about it. She goes, that's different. Yeah, and same sort of thing to cleanse it. And if I want to use it to do some work and I want to use the water, not necessarily the whatu Māori, I put it in, and it's got its own pounamu that I put it in, or receptacle.
Yeah.
That I put it in the night before with the water, and he stays in there for the night. And then the next day I wear the crystal, and it came with a pouch. I'll wear that, and then I use the wai from the crystal to do my mahi.
I think I've seen you wear this.
You might have seen me wear it, yeah.
When I wear my pounamu, I definitely feel a sense of Māori when I'm wearing it. And I like to think, especially I've got this really big, amazing piece from the Aotearoa River. And it's like you're looking at, that eye thing on Lord of the Rings?
Right, yes.
Yeah, it's like you're looking at the greenstone version of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen you wear that.
Oh, I have to show you.
Yeah.
And whenever I wear that, because it's so solid, I always feel like real grounded, real like strong. And then I've got another one, that classic teardrop shape, and I feel like that one's nice and soft and feminine. Yeah, I feel a different way about that one. They totally are connected to Wairua, I reckon.
Tino.
Tino. All right. So down here, Tracy Cooper, we know this guy. He suggested that we talk a bit about hāngū.
Oh, goodness. So for those of you that don't know, the hāngū is a passive sentence.
Yeah, see, I did not
passive.
get these at all.
So patu is active, becomes passive as patua.
Wait, what does passive mean?
Passive is passive. So
it's already happened?
patu means to hit.
Yep.
Patua means hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get too caught up in the language, the description of what it is. Yeah, so one's hāngū and one's not. I see this one sort of goes with someone asked about kumuri hāngū.
Yeah, what is that?
Those are the passive endings. So kumuri is a suffix, not a prefix.
Is that the same as a
patu,
fiore?
Yes, and the grammatical term is kumuri hāngū, which is a passive suffix. Yeah. So patu becomes patua or patungia, you will hear.
Yeah.
Whakatū becomes whakatūria or whakatūngia or whakatūhia. And some iwi will favour other fiore or kumuri hāngū. Like in Tainui, we use a lot of ngia.
Yeah. I've heard if you don't know which one to use, just use ngia.
Yeah, but some, like inu, is always mia.
Inu mia.
Yeah, inu mia.
Kaingia.
Kaingia or kaingā.
Kaingā, yeah.
Yeah, kaingia, kaingā. So those are the kumuri hāngū.
Yeah.
And that answers someone else's question. So you've got tia, ria, mia, hia, ngia, tia. What else is
Sometimes is there just a?
Yeah, like patua, mahia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so mahi is just task or job or work, and mahia is to do it.
Do the work.
Yeah, do it. And then mahi atu, just do it.
Yeah.
That's a kiwaha, mahi atu. Mahi atu. Yeah, so that's what hāngū is, or rere hāngū, or passive sentence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this could be a topic all in itself. Most of these are, but...
Most of these are, man.
Yeah,
I did not know we were going to talk that long about pounamu.
Yeah. So, those are the kumuri hāngū, for hāngū, and I think it's just got hāngū as pātai,
Yeah.
And it's quite broad, like there's correct and incorrect ways of using hāngū.
Yeah, can you give me an example? Honestly, this is one I always struggled with, because
Okay, so I'd say mahi a te mahi.
Yeah.
Which means do the work. I'd say me mahi te mahi. So there, mahi a te mahi is a directive or an imperative.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you to do something. It's a command.
Command.
Mahi a te mahi. And I could say me mahi te mahi.
And you've taken away the hāngū.
Yeah, and I removed the hāngū. Me mahi te mahi. I could say me te tiro ki te rākau.
That still means
or I
the
could
same
say
thing,
tirohia te rākau. Yeah, they both mean the same thing. You don't mix them together. So I don't say me mahi a te mahi. I say me mahi te mahi.
If they both mean the same thing, why would you use one or the other?
Well, it's up to you. It comes down to your way of using the language. It's your,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's no, certain situations where you would use one over the other. It's just your sort of preference.
I think it's... that's when psycholinguistics, I don't know if that's the right term, but it comes down to your way of speaking, and it does in a sense that it's also to do with the flow of your language.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes me mahi or me something is going to be better than just using the hāngū.
Yeah.
I could say, me whakatutuki tēnei mahi.
That definitely sounds...
There's a difference between whakatutuki ngia tēnei mahi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the emphasis, again, me.
Yeah, that sounds
me
real directional.
katika.
Real, commanding.
Yeah.
So, the other one sounds a little bit...
Yeah, and one's urgency and things like that. So all of those sorts of things come into play when you're picking. As you're learning, though, you don't, I'm going to use this.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use this one or that one. When you become more of a confident and fluent speaker, then things just flows.
Just flows. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So that's one ture with the hāngū, and the other one is, so always follows, which tells you who is acting. So I patua hau I te kuri.
Yeah.
I hit the dog. And if I was to pacify that, it would be I patua au te kuri.
Oh, and
the
so
dog was hit by me.
You also take out the little hono word,
That's right,
so you take out the e.
Yeah, and again for emphasis, I patua au te kuri, or I could say I patua te kuri au.
Right.
Yeah.
So the kuri patu'd you.
Yeah.
Rather than you patu'd the kuri.
No, I still patu'd the kuri.
Oh, right. Okay, hang on.
I still hit the dog. I've changed the dog. I patua te kuri e au, I patua e au te kuri.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's about what the focus of the sentence is.
Yeah. I think that's a little view into hāngū, and again, for language or learners of te reo, hāngū can trip you up a bit.
Yeah.
When you're coming to learn hāngū. But
I've definitely been there, done that, actually still there, still doing that.
if you listen to a lot of the, for want of a better word, good speakers of te reo Māori and native speakers and a lot of our kuia koroua, they use a lot of the passive
I have
structure.
noticed that.
Yeah. So you can learn a lot of this in our te reo courses that we run at Te Wānanga o Te Reo.
Yes.
It's our suite of te reo courses from Te Ara Reo Māori.
And then all through the
Pūtaketanga, Aupiketanga,
Roanakitanga,
Pīnakitanga.
Yeah, all the tangas.
And maybe one day, Te Panekiretanga.
So if any of you out there are interested in jumping on one of our reo programs, we honestly have something to suit everybody, and from experience, they are really fun. You can sign up or, register your interest on our website at www.twoa.ac.nz. This is probably another one that needs its own episode, but here we have from Jade Moses. Her suggestion was tito wai for competitive kapahaka.
Yeah, and I'm right in the throes of...
Yes, you would be right in the throes of doing that right now.
That's right. So this is about composing for kapahaka groups. Big mahi. I think composers are unsung heroes.
They are.
A lot of the groups today employ, not for money, but they ask people to compose for their kapa because they may not have the expertise in their own rōpū.
Well, it's an art.
Yeah. Not just writing the lyric and the tunes as well and the melodies and things, but the research that goes into most of the compositions. You commit a lot of hours to. It depends though, like everyone's different. There's probably some kaitito out there that are listening composers that we all know that sometimes you're hit with the kaupapa, the kupu and the tune all at the same time.
Yeah.
Sometimes the kupu come first, or you have a kaupapa and you sit down and the kupu flow, and then you come up with your tune, and then you have to rehash your kupu because the tune doesn't fit with the kupu, vice versa. So you got to do a bit of jiggling around. What amazes me is we've got 40 something groups in Matatini next year.
Yeah.
Before then, we had all the regional competitions.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And then you look at our our rangatai. We've had the secondary schools.
Yes, there was just more on the weekend.
Yeah, and at the moment we're having our primary schools regional competitions around, and then there's all sorts of other kaupapa, and we've got thousands of compositions coming out every year.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, if they don't make it online or on TV, you wouldn't know about them.
Yeah.
So I think one of the greatest challenges for me as a composer, and I think for my fellow composers out there, kaitito, is to make sure that those waiata are still given life. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to give them on to kura, to reuse, or to anybody, and not to be so
precious.
Kaiponu with them, and to be hold on to them.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things, and taking out of one of the kōrero from the late Dr. Ngāpō Wehi, who was one of my mentors. One of his sayings was, composition will only be as great in a competition. And I say this to my group, God could compose something for the group, but it's only going to be as good as how the group performs it. Yeah. And the execution, especially these days, because competition is
everything.
Exactly. Competition has just got so much more intense than it used to be. It just gets more and more. More and more sharp. Exactly. So, there was this little kōrero about composing as someone who does a lot of composing for my own group and for other people. Yeah.
How do you guys work in your rōpū? Like I know from watching the series Haka Life, they had like a composing team, and where they'd sort of go away and wānanga separately from the rest of the rōpū and come up with all of the items. Is your rōpū similar?
Yep. I don't play any instruments at all. I whistle.
Yeah.
Those that have worked with me will tell you the story that they don't know that I can't play a guitar or anything. I can strum a few chords on the ukulele, and I think I've done 2 songs on the ukulele.
Yeah.
But mostly I'll get a tune in my head, I'll hear a tune and then I will rearrange it and then come up with another tune.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times I'll have the kupu in a tune and then I'll go to one of the kazi's and say, oh yeah, I got a tune, I got a waiata, and then we'll sit down and workshop how we can put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot of the time in Motai, that's how most of the songs are born.
Yeah.
And then other times I don't need that and I just have the tune and the kupu and it all comes out in one go and we just do a little bit of fine tuning.
Yeah.
So it's different. Every situation is different and every group's different.
Yeah. I'd suppose though, no matter who you are or, you know, what group it is, it'll always be quite collaborative, eh?
Definitely.
I guess that's how everything keeps getting better. That fine tuning, that collaborating with people, then fine tuning it again. Yeah. Anyway, I think that brings us into the end of our kōrero today and straight into our waiata o te wiki.
And we got through 5 or 6 questions,
yeah.
which is it's really cool.
Yeah, I thought...
We have to have another one of these sessions.
Yes, well, that was only part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Patapatai.
there you go. Patapatai, part 1.
Part 1. Patapatai.
And tā tātou waiata.
Taku poi.
We haven't spoken about the poi, but it's not like, you know, all the waiata that we choose or that go on have a direct connection to what we've spoken about. But this is composed by one of our former colleagues in Te Wānanga o Te Roa, Hene Moa Pōhatu, and she has been gracious and given us permission to use this waiata.
Oh, nice.
So tēnā koe Hene Moa. And
tēnā koe.
She wrote this in 2015.
Oh, it was very recent.
Yeah. The kupu are quite simple. And again, as a composer, therein lies the beauty of a lot of our compositions, is the simplicity of a lot of the compositions.
Yeah.
And while the kupu are simple and they are in another waiata about poi, she has added some of her own whakaaro to her composition as well. And the tune is hers. So, anei tā tātou waiata, taku poi.
E re re taku poi, e re runga, e re re raro. E re re taku poi, taku poi. E re re taku poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e re re taku poi, e re re roto, e re re waho, e re re taku poi, e re re taku poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e a tahua tore renga. E re re taku poi, e re re runga, e re re raro. E re re taku poi, e re re taku poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e re re taku poi, e re re roto, e re re waho, e re re taku poi, e re re taku poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e a tahua tore renga. Oi, oi, poi, e a tahua tore renga.
Composing is such an art form. Like, I myself, well, one, I'm not that great with words in whatever language, where I don't think I'd be able to write something as beautiful as that. And the cool thing about our Māori waiata is they're so metaphorical.
Definitely.
They have beautiful kupu whakaniko, kupu whakarite in them, that they are really strong resources for anybody trying to learn te reo Māori.
Absolutely, and I know lots of people where waiata Māori, kapahaka has been the doorway into learning te reo or has ignited the passion within them because they want to know what they're singing about.
Yeah, hard.
Or they've sat down to like research some of the kupu in there, or you know they've seen the beauty of composition in waiata Māori.
I think it is important though that you do know what you are singing about, because then you can put, the proper emotions and wairua into the songs when you might be performing it.
Definitely.
Whatever. Yeah.
Ko tāua tērā, there wasn't anything that I could say you were being a pi waka waka about.
Neither.
O tīrai raka, o tīrai raka, o tī waka waka, o tī wai waka. What was the other one?
Was it a waka rangi?
Yeah. Hoi anō he te iwi. Kawe ware ki taua kiwa. Do you have any closing kōrero tuahine?
Nope. Just keep on listening.
Whakarongo tonu mai.
Yes.
And we won't see you, but we'll see one another.
Yes. Well,
and we'll be back shortly. And again, if you've got any pātai, engage with our Facebook page.
Yeah, send them in, because you know what? We actually do read those.
Yeah.
You may not think, but we do.
Yeah, definitely. And spread the word about Taringa. We do have a growing listenership.
Yes.
Now, and you were just sharing with me a story that someone recognised your voice, and this is only your third or fourth show, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the third, and so I was at a conference last week, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a photographer. I went up to these two men and I said, hey, you guys look like you're ready for a photo, and one of them said to me, hey, I know your voice from somewhere. And after we kept talking a bit, he realised where he remembered my voice from. He said, I was just listening to you in the car the other day on Taringa when you were talking to Quentin. And I was like, oh my God, I'd never thought I'd be recognised for my voice. So that was pretty cool.
Ka pai. Do you remember who that was?
No, I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, but I'm so terrible with names.
Ua pai tēnā kōrero, en hui anō. Yeah, so e mihi ana kia koutou katoa. Ko māua tēnei e mihi atu nei. Taringa atu, taringa mai, tēnā koutou katoa. Hei kona.
Hei kona.
Ki yo, whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako. Kōrero flowing out the hookah force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa. He mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa. Whakarongo mai.